Hello, Bill Molyneux here, Nottingham Wargaming Group, and we are getting ready for turn 5 of the Antietam game in 54mm scale using Donald Featherstone rules. And a couple things. First of all, a friend of mine, Tim McCown, passed away today. Life is short. He was a park ranger at Fort Frederick. If you follow me on Facebook, you'd see a lot of pictures of me volunteering there with him. So, one of my war games that's coming out, I'm going to be dedicating that to him. So, tonight's game is dedicated to Tim also. And he was a great park ranger and a great fella. So, let's get to the game and stay happy and perky. As you remember from our last video, this Confederate right flank is in great jeopardy, and we're going to have to roll the initiative die. Now, I have special initiative die brought out, and here they are. My friend Peter gave these to me. I met Peter last year at a wargame convention in July, and I don't know if he thinks so, but I think he's a great friend. He's helped me in a lot of ways and a great guy, and he gave me these dice. So red is Confederate, blue is Union. We're going to get right into the game. I'm going to roll these dice, and if the Union die comes up, it's going to be a rough day for these Confederates. So high die moves first, and here we go. And wow, the camera, there it is. The Union have a 4, the Confederates have a 2 on the Peter dice. Boy, I'm going to pause the camera. All right, well, we're going to start moving the Union troops. Couple things, my games are what they are, and appreciate anyone who's watching my videos, and I hope you're enjoying them. And I've gotten a lot of positive feedback and a couple negative things, and that's fine. But life is short, and this is just a fun beer and pretzel Donald Featherstone game. So let's start moving some figures. But right off the bat, this unit here is going to charge this gun. And they rolled a 2. Being a lead is a 3. And we have a leader that's, I don't know, it's a 4. So they're coming up. And now the guns are allowed to pivot and fire. So they're probably going to get shot, but we'll see. And then we're going to take this little 4-man unit and 3, 6, and sorry, interruption of a commercial break. So we lose 3 for here. So this unit would be coming up to here. This unit's going to charge. Man, my Yankees don't want to charge. I rolled a 1. Even with this 2, they're still stuck. Alright, this unit's going to move 9 inches out to here. So they can fire. They will be out in the open. And this unit is here. So they're and this unit comes up right behind them. So this whole flank attack is going to be interesting. it's a wave of blue here. Now, I've had a couple people say I should pause the video while moving the units. And then another person's told me they're in a march column. They can go 18. Another person said to just keep going the way they're going. So, for turn 5, now, this is the worst part. For turn 5, we have the 2nd Brigade coming in, which we know they're right about here. Which is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. So this will be interesting to see how the Confederates will react. There's the 2nd. And so I changed our music. A couple people said they were getting tired of the fife and drums, and so I'm using the Ken Burns music from the Civil War. So our Yankees there have all moved. Now we got to do our leader is going to get up to this stone wall, and so we got a unit there, and boy, I guess they're going to side slip 9-10 inches to there. Let's change our camera angle. Well, this is our West Woods area, and I've rolled really bad on these
it's your skin.
morale, on these Union morales. So they're just going to advance. And they're going to lose 3 inches over our fence. And then we're going to put our leader here. And so we have another little Bonnie Blue flag music, even though it's the Yankees are moving. So we have, this flank is really weak for the Union in a way. All right, everything is moved. Let's try to get a picture here of our other side of the table. It is a sea of blue. I'm going to pause the camera, get it close up over on the other side. So, this is where we're at with our this flank attack. And playing solitaire, but my whole idea with this plan of attack was to really push this flank. Now, the gun battery is being attacked here, charged by the Zouaves, and they passed the morale. But the gun, I forgot to test the morale. Let's see what they do. They rolled a 6. They're loving it. So I'm going to go ahead and start moving our Confederates. Now the first thing is, in our rules, we're allowed to pivot. So these Zouaves are probably done for. And pause our camera. There we go. It's so this unit would move 15 inches and keep it on the low side. And
I'm gonna try.
so I'm having some issues with my background music, which is fine. I will figure that out again. And let me know if I should do another one of these games. Now for the Confederate players, I believe I can hold the Dunkard church. I see no problem with the Confederates holding that side. The Union are to capture both the ridge here and the Dunkard church. So we'll see what happens, but the Union do have 12 turns to do that. Let's move our camera. So my Confederates through here, very strong position. I'm going to move a leader here and see where our camera is viewing. I have Confederates here, and I'm going to bring them back 12 inches. I'm going to give up that area and fall back to here. It's just no longer feasible to hold, and I'll put my leader there. So I have a little defensive line there. So looking over the battlefield, the right flank is a swarm of Union troops. The left flank has really died out. Alright, well, we're getting ready for the firing. The Union moved first, so I'm going to position the camera, and we'll start off with our Union artillery barrage. So these 3-inch rifles are going to lob shells at the guns on the hill. Now, they're not going to be able to hit the Confederate gun that's going into hand-to-hand combat. So let's move our camera again. Okay, our gun batteries are all going to line up on that one. I know we're all in range. It's going to be 6s to hit and then 6s to score damage, and those 6s get re-rolled for explosions. Here we go. The first 10, not a single 6. That's amazing. The next 10, we got one measly 6, and the last 5, 25 die, 3 6s, a total 4 6s. We got a total of 5 hits now. Now, out of those 5 hits, we need to roll 6s. So one figure is killed, a morale marker. And then on that 1 6, we roll again. If we get another 6, the gun limber blows up. Nope. So our gun crew is fine, and there's still 3 figures. They will test morale, but the gun crew is fine. So that was an awful lot of artillery fire to score 1 casualty, but long range and a scattered gun crew. All right, let's go along the line now. The Zouaves are going in for melee, but they're still allowed to fire. 4, 5, or 6s. They scored 3 hits. They needing 6s. They actually killed 2. So And then this group scores 2 hits here, but they may not be. Well, one is down, and that's a morale marker. And we'll move our camera a little bit. Antietam turned 5 in 54mm scale. Now we repositioned our camera. This unit I'm not having fire at anyone. This one and that one will be firing straight ahead, needing 4, 5, or 6s, but then 6s to hit. Well, that's got 5 hits and 3 6s. And the next group, so that was here, and then this group will fire. It's difficult to run a camera, be the game master, and play both sides of this game. My good friend Jim Shaw mentioned that, and Jim Shaw painted a lot of these figures. In fact, I think he painted just about every figure but a half a dozen. And he's a great friend, and we're rolling for hits now, and we got 3 more. So other people that have helped with this game are John Jr. and John Sr. of the Gettysburg Miniature Shop in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, Steinway Avenue. John Priest, who is an author of an Antietam book and a great miniature wargamer in 54mm scale. Paul Larson, who is a battlefield volunteer at Antietam. So a lot of people gave me input, ideas, and then of course Buck Surdrew was the one who said run the game and let the camera run and see what happens. So we have this unit here firing, and they scored 3 hits, but we need 6s because of the stone wall. So this unit here is just not in good shape at all. Across the way we have that 4-man unit. Sort of surprised that they've held out, and I rolled dice without checking the range, and I rolled a 1, 2, 2, and a 3, so that's nothing. Let's go move our camera to the other side of the Yankee lines. One of the big things about the Battle of Antietam is it pretty much is the beginning of the end of the evilness of slavery. And the proclamation after this will be written up and declared, and our country heading in a much better direction. So I lived in Gettysburg for just about 20 years. Antietam, however, I only visited a few times. So it's been neat to visit Antietam recently, several visits, and also running a game. So this unit here is firing, and we scored 8 hits, and the Confederates are in the open. So 4, 5, or 6s will kill, and I didn't roll a single 4, 5, or 6. Alright, well that was depressing. Let's continue down the line. Let's see what the camera sees. I gotta adjust the camera. I hope that's not too jumbly. This unit and this unit are gonna fire on, well, this unit's gonna fire here. And they scored 4 hits on the gun crew, but and they did kill one. So So my background music has a commercial just about every song, so I won't use this one again on Google Land. So we're going to fire our other unit, and we have 3 hits and 1 dead. So that's my entire Yankee firing, Union firing. So we're going to have our Confederates fire back, and we'll do it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we got 2, and 1 dead out there, and there's our marker. Now, what's our camera seeing? Okay, we're firing canister. We'll pivot and fire right there. 3 through 6s, and that's 4 hits, and it's not a 12-pounder, so I don't get to re-roll the misses. And then they kill 2, and it causes a morale check. I think this attack by the Union on this side is really just about done. There's nothing left. This Confederate unit fires, got 3 hits and 3 kills. So that unit's, all these half-strength units are a -1. I'll test the leader before the morale checks, something I've messed up on. Let's go do the other side. Alright, I'm dying to see what happens here. It's a 12-pounder firing canister with 5 hits. No misses. So 4, 5, or 6s are kills, and 3 are dead. And of course, this unit is gone. So all right, well, let's see where else we have. We have Confederate artillery to fire yet. But we'll get this infantry out of the way. We're going to fire this unit into there. And we got 6 hits. So I used to help run the Gettysburg area gamers in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And we had a wargaming group in Gettysburg for over 20 years, and several members have passed on, and several are still around. And camaraderie and miniature wargaming in the hobby it's all over the world, actually. It's a very neat hobby with great people. So if you're looking at miniature wargaming, get a couple friends and some figures, and start painting up some figures with one side, one person can build your one army and the other person can build the other. So let's roll some more Confederates. Alright, got another unit there, and they're firing at a stone wall. They got a lot of hits though. We got 6. It has been interesting with no kills that the rolls have been about 50% per 10 dice, needing a 50%. So let's review our... we have no hand-to-hand combat this turn. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and do some morale checks. Now, sometimes I've done these on the camera, and some I've just resolved and then come back. Right now, we're going to see if this gun crew is going to hold. And they are gone. They rolled a 1. And they've run off. So the gun crew abandoned the gun, and they're gone. We have this other gun, and even with the leader, 1 is bad. Now this gun crew is fine, and I always remember the Beverly Hillbillies episode where Granny and them go to a movie set thinking the Civil War has started again, and she tells them, the Confederate soldiers, they're using the cannon to give them a taste of grape. I think you have to be 50 or older to even remember the Beverly Hillbillies. Well, morale checks for theirs done. This leader needs to get tested, and he's dead. We rolled a 6, so this unit's it rolled a 6, which is amazing. The leader died, and yet they held. This is a morale here. Check this leader. This leader died, and that morale, they hold, and this unit, they hold. And wow. So I'm going to go and move our camera to the other side. All right, morale check there. They're fine. All right, we did our morale check there. They held, and this unit here failed with a 1. They're gone. Our Confederate artillery battery, we got to check this leader. This leader rolled a 6. Wow. This leader I forgot to check, and he is fine. So we are losing leaders everywhere. And I'm going to check this leader. He is fine. This unit here, we rolled a 6. They're fine. Okay. Well, the end of turn 5. I'm going to pause the camera. Okay, I paused the background music. This is the end of turn 5. So we're going to go left to right, from the Confederates' perspective. And the Union attack on this side in the West Woods to the Dunkard Church has totally stalled. And I have a lot of Confederates in good cover with a gun. There's no way a frontal assault's going to take the Dunkard Church. Now on this flank, we have we're down to 1 gun on the ridge. One is knocked out. The other one's gun crew is run off into the woods. They're going to need to roll a 3 or a 4, or they're going to roll a 5 or a 6 to go back to the gun, and then they won't even be able to fire it this turn. And then on this flank, these 3 figures pass the morale check, but there's no way they're going to hold all of this off. So this is the other 2 brigades have come in. Very impressive. In getting down low, I see no way that the Confederate flank here is going to hold this ridge. I do have this 1 unit coming up in support, but I'm not sure. I think it's time to retreat for next turn. These units up to this ridge. You can leave comments and we'll see what happens, but I think that's abandoning the stone wall. Now they won't have the cover of the wall, so that's going to be an issue, but no longer can hold that position. So for the end of turn 5 of Antietam in 54mm scale, Tim McCown from Fort Frederick, who passed away today, in your memory. We had a lot of great times at Fort Frederick, and so that's about it. Stay safe, be kind, be courteous. Life is short. Do something. Go to a historic site. Fort Frederick is in Maryland by Hagerstown. Go to Gettysburg, go to Antietam, or wherever you live. Visit one of your local historic sites this weekend. Thank you.